Hey, what's going on, you guys? I'm back with another quick Q&A video for a comment from a while ago by my boy Shaq Fu. Sorry it took me so long to get to it, but my comments got a little lost in the sauce, and I'm just here on New Year's with some friends, just trailing behind, answering a few questions. And again, I'll leave it here, and it's about marriage. And as far as once it's I'll try to summarize it and you can read it, but basically once you get married, what happens to the nighttime romance activities? And I think it really is a matter of not so much related to um, I don't think that's a general rule here in Japan. I really don't. Like, it's not the case in my marriage. I'll say that. And I think it really is a matter of two things. One is the individual that you're dealing with, and two, it's your, for lack of a better word, prowess. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say like I'm Mr. Lover Man or anything like that, but I hold it down. I got some skills, I got some techniques, and I do think like sorry, I'm walking behind my friends. Like, I do think I know enough to hold my own in that department. So I do think like a lot of the lack of interest in that category comes from the fact that, and I've mentioned in other videos before, like in my opinion, Japanese women don't really complain like about the quality or maybe even quantity of nighttime festivities, if you will, or lack of them. So um, I believe, like, if you are the type of guy who is experienced enough in the bedroom to really um, satisfy your partner, get your busted little nut. Shit, can't even say that. But if she's satisfied with the quality of the bedroom activities, then she will actually want more of it, and be very happy to get more of it, even after marriage. Now, of course, like everyone, if you are married, naturally, as you get older, life does kind of make it a little bit tougher than it was before marriage to kind of balance those things. It's, I think, a natural part of life. I don't think that's unique to Japan. Like, it does take effort to keep the spice in the relationship. I'm sure you've heard people say that, and it's a true thing. So the challenge is to be able to have good enough communication, in my opinion, be able to deliver quality product product to your spouse, where she wants to come back for more even after like the natural slowdown of the passion kind of happens after you've been together for such a long time. That's, I think, the most important thing, right? Like, if and it is communication. Like me and my wife, I mean, I'm not gonna give super details, but we talk about it a lot. We talk about it like from time to time, like what we're okay with, what we're not okay with, what we need more of, what we're not satisfied with, and we adjust. But I mean, that does, I think, play into language. Like, if you're not able to really communicate clearly with your partner, then you might have a little bit of difficulty managing the nuances of that type of conversation, right? So that's kind of really the most important thing. Like, can you guys bridge the gap language wise? Can you deliver what you need to deliver physically? And can you deal with the natural change in dynamics that come when you married, for example, when you have kids, when you settle into life? I learned from my mother-in-law. We were talking, and I was watching a TV show. Like, there's a thing in Japan called saneme no uwaki, which is like the third year cheating. So basically, traditionally in Japan, I don't know traditionally, but like it seems like it's become a modern thing where, like, in the third year of marriage, that's when a lot of like infidelity really happens. And that's because you know in the beginning it's kind of new, it's fresh, but once you settle into like the natural cycle of everyday life, the guy, maybe the girl, I don't know, we didn't get too deep into it, gets kind of complacent and bored, and the excitement wears off, and then there's someone, somewhere in your circle at work, or wherever that piques that interest, and then people naturally fall into that trap. Now, for me, I think personally, me and my mother-in-law, we kind of agreed like that really wasn't an issue with me, because I had like my fun. I had like experience with different types of relationships before I got married. So it wasn't like, ooh, a girl's giving me attention, or ooh, I ooh, I I can, maybe I can maybe get some. Like, that's not that wasn't really a strong motivating factor for me before or after marriage. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not trying to label myself like a know-it-all, pimp type player kind of guy, but I kind of was comfortable, in my ability to go out into the dating market, and if I wanted to find someone, I was like not like rolling the dice, like betting a lottery ticket. I was like, okay, I'll be able to find someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like will I get someone? It's like, who is the best fit for me? So, um, after getting married, I knew I was ready for marriage. And I think like if you are ready for marriage, especially in Japan, and you go into it with a mindset that like I'm gonna take everything that comes with it, and the challenges, like some of the challenges we talk about on this channel, you take some of those challenges as they come, you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? And you choose someone that's compatible with you, emotionally, economically, sexually, of course, is really, really, really important. And you voice those concerns. If you establish it beforehand, I think it should be fine. Like, of course, there will be challenges, and women, not only Japanese women, women in general do change after marriage. So after marriage, especially after kids, even more. So you got to kind of be on top of that and be constantly talking and communicating, because I do think like I'd say every what for now, like I'm in my early 40s, I feel like every 5 years, my marriage has hit a new phase, and me personally, maybe because I've hit a new phase in my life, or, just a combination of both. But it was about every 5 years where I had to reanalyze, reassess, like talk things out with my wife, and figure out where we are and where we're going, and of course, it's not all a smooth process. It's not all a smooth communication, but in the end, it worked out. And if you can find someone that you can do that with, regardless of whether they're here in Japan or here in your home country, I think you'll be fine. But just know that Japan is a more conservative country. It is. It's naturally, that's just the way it is. So, like, but I do think. See, I do think, like, on the other hand, if you do find, like, okay, let's say you are kind of skilled in that position, and you do find a girl who's or girl or woman who is, let's say, more conservative, or things like maybe even repressed, and you bring that out, it's like a flower that blossoms and blooms, and we'll be like, oh, I like this kind of kind of thing. So 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 yeah, don't feel like I don't really like it when people kind of put these like imaginary rules about stuff like here, like that here, like all Japanese people do this, and all it's towards me, and all all Japanese people do this, and all Japanese women do that. No, even though this country and this culture does have some quite universal underlying commonalities, you know, there are individuals. So don't get caught up in like what someone like me, someone in the comments, someone on another channel says. Like, the person you choose, is choosing you for a reason. And if you have the ability or the conviction to, for lack of a better word, mold that relationship into what you want it to be, it can get there. Like, my relationship is getting really where I want it to be. It has taken time. It has been a process. It's been a process for myself as well. Career wise, personally, as a man, as a father, as a husband, as a provider, like all those things. I've still in the process of molding it to where I want it to be. But in the bedroom as well, I'm still molding it. But I'm happy. I am. I'm very happy with it, and that lack of uh, poontang faucet is not there. The poontang faucet is on. The poontang's on tap. Okay, with kids, without kids. Like, of course, managing fitting it into the schedule. My personal energy, vitality with all the other things I have to do and all my other responsibilities is a balancing act that I have to make, especially 40 plus. But we're good in that department. So I'd say, man, Shaq, don't worry about that. And a lot of the information you hear online can be quite like hyperbolic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, it's like this and everything. And but no, no. But short answer, no. But please let me know what you think with a like or a comment. If you think I'm tripping, your situation, your opinion. Again, the comments are really awesome. I'm loving everything. Even people who think my advice is too plain Jane or whatever. That's totally fine. I do want to say one thing before I go. Like, please remember that I have to a little bit be quite not quite careful, but a bit careful with the amount of information I'm spreading. You know what I'm saying? Again, not anything like negative or anything like that, but I am in a relationship. I live here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like dig up all the personal details of my past, like just in case to make my real life a little bit easier. So I'm trying to do a balancing act of giving advice without talking in detail about it. Like the other day, my wife took a peep over my shoulder at what was on there. I was like, "Oh, don't do that." But she knows. Like she's like, "I don't want to know." But also like our friends, our circle of friends are people who are also going to be checking this content. So I gotta, for not only for now but for the long term, and make sure that it is stuff that won't get me in trouble or won't have any undue drama in my life. So take that with a grain of salt, and I'm trying to provide as much value for you guys, not for love doctor advice and stuff like that, but to help you guys, whether you're about to come here, whether you are here, or even like if you have been here, just for entertainment purposes as well. That's the whole point of this whole thing. So that's what we're doing. Here comes the Enoden. Let's say what's up to it. What's up? Where's the train? Where's the train? Where's the train? There it is. There's the Enoden. Right, it's on the way out of here. And I'll holler at you next time. Please check out the next video. Later.